So can Muay Thai change your life?
Find out.
So Eli, is it worth it to do Muay Thai?
I don't know, can give you a million reasons why you should start Muay Thai. But for me, number one, Muay Thai, you can do it for fitness. This is what I started for, and I think a lot of people start this. You know, you're out of shape, you just want to get something to kickstart, do some different training. I found that being in the gym, lifting weights all the time was kind of boring.
Depends on the person. Like for me personally, I don't want to be running on a treadmill to get fit.
No, exactly.
Even running for me is a bit boring.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately, it's something that we can't get rid of in Muay Thai. But you know, there's other ways to get cardio out of Muay Thai. In a bit.
What is going on, guys? I'm Dylan.
And this is Eli.
And we're the Muay Thai Bros. So in this channel, we're going to speak everything Muay Thai related, with the best Muay Thai reviews and everything else Muay Thai. So if this sounds like something you're interested in,
like and subscribe.
Is this a very fun, enjoyable way to keep fit?
Definitely.
Because it is not even, it's hard, it's taxing, we're tired, but we're always having fun.
And you're challenging yourself at the end of the day. You're challenging yourself, you're challenging the other person, and you know, you get a sense of fulfillment out of, you know, pushing yourself every week or every day whenever you train. You feel good after, and most importantly, you get that much needed endorphin rush at the end of.
Because whenever you're having a bad day or stressful at work 9 to 5, you're not going to feel the same when you do 5, 6 rounds, 7 rounds on the bag.
Of course.
You're sparring, you're not going to feel the same. All that bad energy, you be saying East London, that judge, yeah? That judge going to get expelled from your body. Because it makes sense, like something has to go.
Of course.
You know, fitness has been proven to be extremely beneficial for
mental health,
losing weight, everything you want to do. And I can guarantee, if I weren't doing Muay Thai now, my mental health right now would not be as good as it is.
Definitely. Because you kind of get everything out of that you need from Muay Thai. You know, you're socializing with people, you got the people at your gym. You're doing the exercise, so you're feeling good about yourself, of what you've done, and you're achieving something, or you're working towards a goal.
You're working towards a goal, because at the end of the day, we might be learning how to fight, but we're cultivating a skill.
Of course.
If you're on treadmill, the only thing you're really cultivating is, you know, your cardio. We're doing cardio, you're working your body movements, you're working your hip rotation, you're working everything you need to be healthy.
Exactly, and there's nothing more important right now that we're discovering than mental health. You know, if you're in a bad state of mentally, it's going to affect you physically. So you want to, you know, push yourself in all aspects, and you can really improve your life by just simply getting that extra half an hour, 1 hour working. Feel good about yourself, you know, and you're making a step to getting better. You're not going backwards. There's nothing bad about exercising. You're taking a step forwards.
You're always pushing yourself mentally. Like you have that limit, yeah. This is the limit you think you're at. Muay Thai, every time you cross that limit, you're pushing goals, because you're striving to improve yourself every single time. So if you're doing sparring and there's one guy or girl, you know, she does good against you, you think, come on, like next time I'm gonna do better.
Of course.
It's not a selfish thing. You're setting yourself goals against yourself. You know, you're going to do better in the pads this time. You're going to improve this time. Every day is a new challenge.
It's very humbling. You know, there's nothing like going 7,000 miles across the world and being beat up by a guy that's half your weight.
Half your size, because it's all technique. Yeah.
It is, and it shows you that, you know, the more you put work into something, the more you're going to get out of it. These guys have trained their whole life since they were 6 years old. Doesn't matter if they're 45 kilos, 50 kilos, 100 kilos, they have such a high level of skill, and this is something that we can all work towards, you know, and it goes for anything in life. If you work hard at something, you'll progress and you'll get better and you'll develop.
Because there's no games in what, like, a lot of people have excuses in life where they say, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, or I'm not going to succeed, it's too difficult. The thing about Muay Thai is it's genuinely, it cannot lie, you know. You understand? You're as good as you ever will be. There's no facade, you know. You're not playing any games with yourself. You know how good you are.
Because you're in the ring by yourself. When it comes down to it, if you want to have a fight, you're in the ring by yourself. There's no one you can lie to. The eyes are on you. You know, as much as your coach has helped you before, it's you in there. He can tell you all the instructions, but all that hard work, all the time you spent in the gym, the hours grinding, sweating, crying, all of it, it's then on you at that point. So you get that onus to yourself, and that's how you can test yourself at something.
That's what I'm saying.
And sometimes you get that guy that's just better than you, and then you have to say, okay, you know, how can I move on from this? Because in life there's going to be someone that's better than you at everything.
No matter what.
You know, there's always a guy that's a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, a little bit taller, a little bit quicker. But how can you use what you know to make yourself as good as you can? And that's what Muay Thai will teach you. Doesn't matter if you're the biggest guy in the gym, you can always get taken out
Always get taken out, and it's a confidence booster. If you're struggling with confidence, you know, you think someone could beat you on the street or whatever, because that's the thing, is it makes you humble, because you know that a random person who doesn't look like much can destroy you.
It's something Mike Tyson said. He said fighters are often the most humble people in the world because they know that it doesn't matter what you look like, it's all technique. You know, you can get a guy that looks like, I don't know, a nerd or something, and he can just come up to you with the right technique, boom, left hook, and you wouldn't even know what hit you. It's the end.
It's all technique, because there's no lies. You push yourself. It's the confidence too, because we have quiet confidence. Because you see people, you know, drinking or whatever in a club, and they're starting on people. They're trying
you get intoxicated, and then you're trying to show that you're a man, dominator.
You know they don't have. They're insecure. Of course you're insecure, because if you know you can fight, if you know you can handle
you have
yourself,
that true self-confidence within you.
Why do you need to front to other people? You don't, because you know it deep down in your soul that you're that guy or that girl.
Of course, and if you know, and you've been trained to you know, hurts people. This is the hurt business at the end of the day. And if you've been trained, the last thing you want to do is you'll know the outcome, that when you get into a fight, it never ends pretty. If you're throwing punches, someone's going to get hurt. You don't want to hurt the other guy. You can walk away from it. But when you don't know how to fight, you just think, oh yeah, I'm going to beat the other guy. But knowing what happens in fights is going to deter you away from having a fight.
Because you understand the consequences. People who want to back fights, they're aggressive, they don't know what it's like to get hit.
Of course, I find that like,
understand.
The people who train, they try and refrain from fighting outside as much, because you get the adrenaline rush in training.
You get that energy, and this thing we should have mentioned beforehand, but of course it's self-defense. You know, if you want the most comprehensive, best stand-up art that there is, you know, Muay Thai is the best one.
Of course, it takes in all limbs, you know, all limbs, aspects of, you know, defending
the shins,
yourself.
The knees, the elbows, the fists. And yes, boxing, you can get to a better level in 6 months, but it's not as complete. It has less toolboxes that you can use. You know, Muay Thai, it will take a long time to get good, but I've written my art Muay Thai, combat sports guy. But so in Muay Thai, I'd say 6 months is enough to get competent on the street, or at least decent, to have all the basic techniques down, the check, the roundhouse, the switch, more or less.
Depending on how often you train and like how much you're into it.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. You'll definitely see some change in the way you strike, in the way your body looks, in your self-confidence levels. 6 months is definitely enough time for you to experience a change of lifestyle with Muay Thai.
And the thing is, it's good for building muscle as well, because in our gym we'll skip or jump rope, and then during the 30-second interval we'll do some push-ups, we'll do some squats, do some burpees. This might not be too taxing if you're already going gym, but if you're someone who Muay Thai is the only exercise you do, you're going to get some muscle benefits out of that, some toning, you know, definitely. Your legs, your girl, you want those nice legs and that, boom, no problem, you know. It's going to build the hamstrings, the quads. It's a total body workout, because you're using, as you already mentioned, all 8 limbs, so you're getting a workout of everything. It's complete. Like this video, really and truly, this could be an hour long. You could just list
every single benefit of doing Muay Thai.
You know, but honestly, as Muay Thai bros, you know, we're just saying, please do Muay Thai, because you're gonna get such a change in your life, and every single aspect of your life is gonna improve, and it's gonna give you more energy as well. Because you gotta think, if you don't exercise, think about your body like a car. If you're a Formula 1 driver, and you go to that pit stop, you're gonna change the tire, you're gonna, you know, do something to help your car. If you're not exercising, you're not eating right, you're like a car that just doesn't have any work done to it.
It's not going out the garage. It's not being used.
Garage, you know, you're not moving. Like, you know, we're humans, Homo sapiens. We're meant to be running. We're meant to be doing athletic things. So if you're sat doing dormant, doing nothing, you're gonna degrade. It's only gonna get worse. Like, I know people our age, obviously I'm a bit older than you, 25, and they got lower back pain. It's like, you shouldn't have lower back pain at that age.
No, of course. And using Muay Thai for self-defense, one of my first teachers, a great guy, Wendell, he always told me that when you're training, you're using your body in a certain way. You know, you're learning how to defend yourself. You know, if you're using an elbow, if you ever, hopefully not, to all the viewers, if you ever come into the situation where you need to defend yourself, it won't be something that you've never experienced. Maybe your body would, your mind will take over, and maybe it's learned something, or, you know, just something as simple as doing this can you can save your life, you know.
It can save your life. You know, it could be someone who would have a glass and it will completely disfigure your face or blind you, and if you just do that, then you take Muay Thai block, it's gonna take the damage off that glass.
Exactly. So, God forbid that anyone gets into that, but just learning something so basic. If you had 2 lessons, it could just come naturally to you. You know, in that time, you wouldn't know. So definitely, it can save your life, it can change your life, and it will definitely make you more confident and add one thing that we all need in our life: discipline. You know, adding discipline.
The best for last. It's discipline. It's the consistency to keep on doing something. Because
Like you said earlier, right? There is no lie with Muay Thai. Muay Thai doesn't lie. If you're not disciplined, it will come out in the fight.
Yeah.
Because if I got the same skill level as you, we're both, you know, Senchai's ability. If we're both Senchai's ability, it's the guy who's worked harder in the gym, you know, who has endured more pain, that 9 times out of 10 is going to come out more.
We've known people in our gym who had the natural talent, that athleticism, but they didn't have the dedication.
Yeah, and you need that.
It's the most important thing.
The discipline, and that comes from discipline.
You can be bad and not have the best genetics, not have the best, you know, strength and power, but if you have the discipline, that beats everything. Because you can get to that good standard.
Of course, in a shorter time than everyone else, because you're keeping the volume high, and that's what you need.
Because as we know, there's no shortcuts to success. Success cannot be a choice. It has to be
It's just repetition. It's the same habits, doing it every single day. That's what it is.
So more or less to summarize, Eli, is it worth it to do Muay Thai?
100%. It can change your life. It can save your life.
Change your life, save your life. What can we say? So again, if you like this sort of content, please like and subscribe, because as you can see there, we're a small channel. We need all the love we can get. So I'm Dylan.
And it's Eli.
Muay Thai bros.
Peace.